Hi everyone, Abhishek here. Hope you are having a good time. So today I'm going to share you something about average order value. And guess what? Shopify is not actually telling you your appropriate average order value. In fact, the average order value concept is actually a lie. And if you're planning out your performance marketing activities, or maybe planning out your offers, discounting strategy by looking at the average order value on the Shopify analytics, then you are most likely doing up something wrong. So let me explain you this. Okay. So here is a entire export of order from a brand I have taken, and this is the kind of like the order happened on the month on the customer type. You can typically export this from Shopify. You might have to export 2 3 reports and join them to create such a type of column like a month and customer type, the order value and the order ID. Now I have exported from the January, last year's January to November end. Okay. So as you can see, this particular brand has probably clocked how many number of orders? Let's say a good number of orders. So if I just now total count of 34,000 orders. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and as you can see, if I kind of like take an average of the same, so what it will tell me, it will give me an average something like this. As you can see, I have taken two values. The average is showing 1,112. So I have taken the average of the entire sale, entire C column. The average is this. Shopify will show you this. Okay. But again, this is something wrong. Okay. Because in e-commerce there are two type of customer. First, there are two type of customer. One is the new customer, the first time customer, and another is a repeat customer. Both has separate order values. Okay, both are doing separate order values, and what you are not tracking is what sort of order bucket range that you are currently clocking order. So let me explain you further. So I have kind of like filtered this whole sheet and put the whole first time per customers over here. Okay, so as you can see, these are the all first time customers I have listed down over here, and as you can see all the order values. Now if you consider normal average, the average is 1104 rupees. That is the average. And if you take the mode value, that is 919. Ideally you should take the mode value, not the average value. Okay, this mode value will not be visible in front of you inside the Shopify analytics. That's the reason like you will have to download everything and do it manually. 990. Okay, now there are another thing. Okay, another thing is that first you need to identify which particular order value bucket you are actually getting order. Okay, because see, let's say if you are getting 200 rupee order and you get 1000 rupee order, most likely your average order value will be 1200 divided by 3 is equal to 400. Now that 400 valued order never happened. Okay, now let's say you are planning for an offer to increase your average order value. Most likely what you will do, order above 400 and get some product free or some percentage off or something, right? But guess what, in this particular offer will not work out for you because most of your orders are happening at 100 pricing range. So how do you figure it out, like what is the sweet spot that you need to kind of like tap into? For that you kind of have to figure it out. You will have to create a something like this sort of formula. So as you can see, we have this kind of like we have different sort of water value. We have 400, 300 range, we have 800 range, 1300, 1400 range, 2800, 700 range, 2000 range, 6000 range. So what we have done is that first we will figure it out like what is the order range, and we have kind of like created a range very low, low, medium, high, very high, extremely high, and you have assigned a value. So if it is less than 500, we have assigned it very low, 500 to 1000 low, 1000 to 1500 medium, 1500 2500 and high. You can customize this number as per your product values. Okay, now let's go back to formula. So what you have assigned, if this particular value is less than 500, they are assigning as very low. So we have created a whole range of kind of like a very big if function over here to create it and assign the order range, and from there we kind of like created which particular how many number of orders is there and how many percentage of orders are actually getting contributed. So as you can see, between 500 to 1000 we are getting most of the orders, 52% order. Now look at the average order value, 1100. So that is outside of your actual zone. So if you ended up choosing 1100 as your order value average, you will end up doing wrong thing. Okay, so your actual range is something between 500 to 1000. Now what is the probably the most closest value? That's where the mode value comes in. So if you ask me how to decide for an offer, I would be choosing an offer something like order above 999 or above order above 949 to get something for free or maybe discount or something like that. Okay, that is the range because customers are already placing order more range of 919 and more. Now why this information is important, see, like whenever you are planning for a retention or maybe planning a performance marketing activities, tracking this number and maybe assigning yourself a goal. Let's say I am clocking 12% over here. Let's say for the next month I would like to increase my average order value. You will not be able to increase the 13.5% share to 20% overnight. So ideally your goal should be next month I will be clocking at least 15% of order between 100 to 1000 to 500. This is the way kind of like keeping yourself kind of accountable and you're tracking everything. Okay, now average order value at 1100, another problem. So let's say your overall lowest target is 5, right? Or maybe 5. Okay, so you are most likely to clock target is 220 CAC, right? But the thing is, if you start clocking 220 CAC for 52% or maybe something like this for about this many number of orders, about 63.5% of orders, you will be losing money because for them the CAC target is actually 180 or less. Sorry, getting hopefully you are getting my point I'm trying to say. So for new customers, for this particular line, the first time customers, if my bottom line ROAS target is 5, then my new customer CAC target is actually 180, not 220. Okay, now going for the existing customers, now pictures are different. Now remember what Shopify is telling you, 1200 average order value. Now look at the first time customers average order value, 1100, which is actually 900. Now look at the existing customers, 1300, near about 1400 and about 909. Now look at the pattern over here. We are getting lot of many number of orders between this range, 1500 to 2500, 33% contribution, which is highest. Now are you able to see the pattern? In new customer, we are having a huge number of sorry we were having a huge number of order in this particular range, whereas for existing customers we are having a huge number of orders in this particular range. Now based on this information, your whole media planning, your offer planning, your discount strategies, your bundling strategies, your CAC target, your ROAS target, everything will change. Okay, if you are not looking at this, what will happen? Maybe you have decided a particular CAC target by looking at the overall data, or maybe a ROAS target by looking at the overall data. Even if you are hitting that, your client or maybe your boss can come back and one day tell you that they are still not hitting the right profitability despite giving you the target, and you are hitting the same target. Okay, so what will happen is that they will be able to find out the issue much likely after 3-4 months when the accounting team sits with the actual number of actual P&L data, because P&L data they will not be able to understand all these averages. They will see in which order you are making loss and which order you are making profit. Again, for let's say if you are considering this value, you are most likely end up making a very wrong decision. Okay, so be very careful, and if you need this sample sheet, feel free to ask me. You can drop it in the comment, I will be sharing it with you.